We're on the verge of another Doctor Who finale. The pressure is on and everyone is desperate to know the answer to that one generational question. Can they stick the landing? Hello and welcome back to some more Doctor Who pre-episode theorising. Today, I thought we'd discuss everything we know about the upcoming finale, The Reality War, talk about the art of landing a finale, as well as Season 2 as a whole, and also some very exciting updates for the future of this channel. So stick around to the end and I'll buy you a pint. Finales in Doctor Who have a history of not sticking the landing of a generally well-received penultimate episode. Look at Heaven Sent, and then Hellbent. Look at Sound of the Drums, and then Last of the Time Lords, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, Survivors of the Flux, The Vanquishers, Bad Wolf, Parting of the Ways. Actually, no, scratch that, that was very good. Now this time we've got Wish World, which aired last Saturday to some acclaim and some distaste. Not everyone loved it, but I quite enjoyed it, as I've quite enjoyed most of this season, to be honest, other than of course the Interstellar Song Contest, which I disliked as much as I dislike the fact that 70% of you are not subscribed to this channel. What? Crazy if you ask me, especially when it only takes a second to click it. This series has been mostly an absolute gem, 5 out of 7 episodes being pretty good in my eyes, a bit of a step up from Season 1. Now I do have my criticisms, especially now things are wrapping up, and I do worry, hence the video, about how good the landing of the Season 2 story arc can be, especially given it's wrapping up most of Season 1's unanswered questions as well. And that's a good side note, actually. If you want to see my thoughts on all of the episodes so far this season, you can watch the full-length live streams of my initial reactions for each episode throughout Season 2. They're all on this channel. Go and check them out. So, onto theories about the finale. In Wish World we had the Rani, Conrad's crazy homophobic and ableist reality, a mention of Omega, Captain Poppy returned as the Doctor's daughter, and Susan is still mewing through the boundaries of space and time. I am quite excited, but also quite nervous. We know that whatever happens this week, that the Doctor is likely to leave Earth for a little bit at the end of the story, setting up the upcoming spin-off, The War Between the Land and the Sea. But will it be Ncuti? Or will it be a new Doctor? And what else is there to expect? So firstly, Omega, a character fans have wanted to see again for years. Finally here, in name and in Big Finish voice acting only for now. Will the first Time Lord appear in the Reality War? Well, yes. Obviously, we've had his seal, we've had music ramping up announcing his arrival, and it's the one thing that encourages the Doctor to get his memory back. So yeah, we'll definitely see him, but what will he look like? Omega hasn't got a body in canon, he's almost beyond that. The idea of a person whose body is long dead, a ghost, a spirit if you will. He's never really had a proper body on screen other than Peter Davison for a little bit. With the Disney budget then, are we not more likely to see this ghostly entity on the scale of something like Sutekh, a gargantuan CGI monstrous figure with a booming voice? Honestly, it's likely, and I don't mind. Sutekh going from this powerful figure in a cool mask to big CGI dog made sense, but still wasn't ideal for most fans, whereas Omega, I think it makes more sense to make him a big CGI creature. He's an entity, a wannabe god, and I'm excited to see how they would do that, honestly. Just please keep the mask from the Three Doctors, that shit is amazing. Next is Susan. I think we'll probably see her again. Not only has she shown up in the last 2 episodes briefly, but she's been seen in Doctor Who Unleashed in a completely different outfit, so in my eyes, she's either got a few more scenes, or Carol Ann Ford has impeccable dress sense. Or both. I don't really know what she'll add to the story, other than sort of an incentive maybe for the Doctor to carry on and to win. Last we saw of the Doctor, he was falling out of the known reality into the Underverse, I think. So either Susan's in there, or she's going to appear to him in some sort of vision, I don't know. And then we've got Captain Poppy. Now this one's weird. First appearing in Space Babies, and then in Story in the Engine, and now in Wish World. She's the Doctor's daughter in Wish World. But at the end of the last episode, he seems to confirm that she's real, and she is his daughter. Realistically, I think Poppy will have an important part to play going forward. We've got the Doctor's granddaughter returning, and the Doctor previously made a point in The Legend of Ruby Sunday that he's not got kids but has a granddaughter, talking to Kate Stewart, before immediately shrugging that off and moving on with a different conversation. Could Poppy be the Doctor's actual daughter? Could Poppy be Susan's mother? Who knows? Many have also theorised that Poppy could be the Doctor, as in the timeless child who gets left by the rift and found by Tecteon. This theory could also apply to the baby god of wishes that we see in this episode, given that in old Lancashire there is a tradition that the seventh son of the seventh son is traditionally named Doctor. But now we're going into mad theory territory. Who is Poppy? Is she important or is she just a baby? Let us know in the comments below what you think. Conrad is such an interesting character to me, and not because apparently I look a bit like him. He's such a mixed character, both sort of evil and has loads of red flags, but then is also kind of teed up to be redeemable. Let's talk about that. We know he's ableist, both from his wish world vision and also how he speaks to Shirley in Lucky Day, talking about benefits and all such. We've also got undertones of homophobia, and he's generally framed to be a bit of a grifter, podcaster person, so a bit of a walking red flag. But then on the other side, he's also been seen to have a neglected childhood, he's clearly being used by the Rani and still seeks love and care, hence hugging Mrs. Flood. These details mixed together, it's kind of a no-brainer to me that he'll be redeemed in some sense as a character. Likely in some sort of heroic sacrifice, ruining the Rani's plan and saving the day, maybe even dying in the process, but I don't know if he deserves that, or if that could even happen. But we'll see. And then we've got the question of, will the Doctor regenerate? Everyone seems to think yes, but I'm not convinced. If it was up to Ncuti, I feel like he preferred to do a few new episodes after this, but given that Disney haven't signed off on season 3 and 4, he definitely won't want to sit around waiting for Doctor Who and not take any acting jobs all year. There were also apparent reshoots for this episode, and it's extra long, and it's airing in cinema, on TV and Disney Plus at the same time, so who knows what's going on, but it's going to be big. I'm really, really worried it's going to be a regeneration. I hope it's not. I certainly hope it's not a bi-generation. The final thing we have to analyse, though, is the Next Time trailer, which released online last Saturday, so let's walk through that right now. Hi, welcome. We're going to be breaking down the Reality War Next Time trailer now, because it's here, and we can talk about it, so, yeah, 15 seconds of actual trailer, so there's not too much, but there is enough to actually talk about, weirdly enough. So the first shot we get is of the Doctor falling down at the end of the last episode. So this is a reused shot from Wishworld. Will probably make a reappearance, presumably. We have some interesting stuff to talk about here. So this is seemingly... It's hard to tell from the angle of where this hand is. But it seems like... I mean, this seems like quite a few hours into the May 24th, right? Because when we last saw the episode, it was like hitting 12 o'clock, like midnight, and it was dark outside. We know it's light outside here, we can see that. And the clock seems to be just past 10 o'clock. So 10 hours later, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Or maybe this is just... I mean, we're bending the rules of reality. Anything could be fucking happening at this rate. But either way, we have this effect coming off of the clock onto the Seal of Rassilon, which is a really interesting part that's been noted in this episode, because it's like, well, why are we talking about the Seal of Rassilon? Why are we mentioning Rassilon? Omega has his own seal, as we've talked about, and we'll see that in the trailer, actually, interestingly. So it's sort of, what is this? What is happening here? I don't know, but it looks like something that could open, so maybe it's some sort of doorway or portal, but this looks like you've got some sort of timey-wimey effect going on. This is in the same sort of bone theatre, and the door seems to be opening there. We'll get back to that one, because the door has... There's another door opening shot in here as well. We're talking about, with his body, I can construct a new Gallifrey, is the line that the Rani says, which is very interesting. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but yeah, we've got the dinosaur bone creatures sort of crawling through central London. This is kind of what confuses me most about this trailer, right? What confuses me most about this trailer is, at the end of the last episode, we saw all of London sort of falling into this pit, into this, like, distant reality, and what we've got here is a normal day, but with all these bone creatures. So I don't know exactly what is happening here, or what the idea is, but it seems like in this version of reality, everything is back to normal, because we see here... the Rani's actually in Unit HQ. She's not in the bone facility. She's in Unit HQ. You've even got Mel's moped, so Mel must be there in Unit HQ with the Rani. Don't know how I feel about that, because I kind of feel like we're getting two finales in a row which are very heavily focused around Unit HQ as a set. We've then got something here, which is kind of hard to tell what this is, but we have this sort of storage containment unit thing that we saw earlier in the series in Lucky Day to contain the Shriek being pulled out. This looks like unit soldiers voluntarily pulling this out. It's unclear as to what for. There's a lot of theories as to what this could be. The only things that we know of for sure that are in the vault are the Toymaker's box that the Toymaker was bound in salt in, and a Shriek. There is theory that it could also be the Master's gold tooth, could potentially be involved with this. I saw someone else take the ZR and maybe reference that it could be the Zero Room, or a version of a Zero Room, from the 5th Doctor's era, of course. Lots to be said here. Presumably UNIT are bringing out some sort of aliens or monsters or something to help them win the battle. Who knows? You've got Belinda here, seemingly in Unit HQ, maybe in that same room as this, because you can sort of see stuff going on in the background, lots of people. You've got Susan Triad in the background there, not dressed as her sort of coffee person self. Belinda is back to normal as well. Interestingly, Belinda's back to normal and talking about her daughter, so again solidifying that whole thing about Poppy being real and actually the Doctor and Belinda's daughter, which is kind of crazy, but I'm here for it. Then we've got, presumably, them in that box, in that safe chamber. You know, the one we saw previously, we were talking about the Zero Room and stuff. We've got Belinda and Poppy in this sort of containment thing. Poppy's wearing sort of modern day clothing as opposed to the sort of traditional kind of outfits that we were seeing the characters wear in the last episode in Wishworld. So, I don't know, maybe this is a Zero Room. Maybe this is to keep them safe from the Rani. Maybe Poppy's important. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah. Then we've got the Ranis, if you will, back in the Bone Palace from probably the beginning of the episode. And then you've got the Seal of Omega, which looks like it's on the same doorway from the Seal of Rassilon at the beginning, the door opening, that's what I was talking about. This is Omega's seal. It's seen in Classic Who, it's seen in the Arc of Infinity. We mentioned it earlier in the episode. This is his symbol, so whatever this is definitely connected to Omega, and I'm very excited about it. This is a great shot, and I love that we're bringing some stuff back here. We've got UNIT effectively fighting against these dinosaur creatures. Now, whatever's going on here, let's go back earlier as well. So in this shot, UNIT HQ seems relatively intact. Like, it seems pretty sound, actually. But by the time we get to this, hang on, you can see it in that shot as well. You can see this building here is absolutely battered. You can see also the UNIT HQ is on fire. That has many gaps in the building. It's barely standing safely. A cool little feature that we noticed here is the red sort of mist here, which is then backed by this beam. So are they using the galvanic beam from the 60th? That's pretty cool to see as well. Some other sort of tank weapon that we haven't seen yet at the back of Unit HQ on the other side of where the galvanic beam is and the sort of helipad. Some sort of blue weapon, could be like a Dalek extermination gun, I don't know, but it's something like that. Very big lasers and space shit. Not my kind of cup of tea with modern day UNIT, but I can accept it. We've got Kate Stewart, seemingly, behind Colonel Ibrahim here, all back in their UNIT outfits. So again, where is this taking place? Wherever this is taking place, it's in some sort of other reality or something like that, because we saw the whole of London sort of slide into the... Or maybe this is the real world, and maybe they've all got their bodies back. I don't really know how we're getting there, but how it looks is these bone creatures look like they're in normal London. Here's another shot of that tank thing with the blue sort of lasers coming off it. It looks very much like a Dalek exterminator gun, I can't lie to you. Unit HQ is on fire and burning and broken. So again, very interesting. The only other thing I will say, and I promise this isn't just shameless promotion, is there was a track called The Reality War, which was released on BBC Radio very relatively recently, in April, on the 17th of April, it was actually released on the radio by Murray Gold. It's one of the two officially released tracks from this era that Murray Gold has released. It's not been officially released on Spotify or like album yet, but it has been played. It has been the recording that you can hear on my channel on this version is the full version, and this is a piece of music that was also used in Space Babies, interestingly enough, and it is a very dramatic kind of scene that a lot of people theorized could be a regeneration theme or something similar. However, the track is called The Reality War, so whatever happens, we know that this track here will appear in the episode. So if you want a bit of a taste of the music for that episode, you can go and watch this video. Anyway, back to other George. So that is my roundup for the reality war and my pre-episode theories and thoughts. My excitement is immeasurable, but so is my fear of them not sticking the landing, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'll be attending the cinema screening for the reality war this Saturday at View Leicester Square in London, so if you're going to that one and you see me, feel free to say hi. As soon as the screening is finished, when we've seen everything for Season 2, you'll want to catch my live post-episode reaction and review at 9 PM on Saturday night. Be sure to subscribe and get your notifications on, and we'll be going live for an extra long end-of-season live stream from around 9 PM on Saturday night. So get ready for that, get your notifications on. And if you're interested in some more concise and less rambly reviews of individual episodes this season, I was actually a guest on 2 different Doctor Who podcasts over the last month, reviewing the story and the engine over on Who Knew with Josh Carr, and of course the ever-controversial Interstellar Song Contest on Who's There, hosted by Troy, Red Archer Live and Crispy Pro. Both of those videos and podcasts and all that sort of thing are linked in the description below. I love all of those guys, and both of those podcasts are bloody great, so do give them a watch. If you like Doctor Who, you'll love these podcasts. So, let's address the elephant in the room. Who am I, and what am I doing here? Good question. Hello, my name is George, and this channel used to be called Ace Creeper way back when, and I used to make very, very regular Doctor Who content here. But in 2022, I slowed down on the video front because I finished uni, had to get a full-time job, and didn't really have a permanent place to live for a little time, so that was fun. However, though, I have been doing regular Doctor Who live streams on this channel for the last year and a bit, but relatively low-key and still no real videos properly. That, however, is changing. I've had a lot of fun with this season of Doctor Who, I have to admit, and I've talked to some incredible, like-minded and creatively brilliant fans, both online and in person, at events such as the 20 Years of New Who BFI screening. And honestly, all these interactions, this passion from everyone, and sort of falling back in love with Doctor Who myself, as well as having a set routine in life, it's really given me the itch to start making Doctor Who content again. So, for the foreseeable future, I am officially back. And I thought I'd use this video as a little opportunity to tell you all about the kind of content that we make on this channel and all of the creative stuff and shit, I guess, that I'm putting out there. So indulge me in this little spiel, if you will. From the 10th of June, every single Tuesday from 6:30 PM till about 7:45-ish, we'll be continuing our long-running Doctor Who live show, The Who Bulletin. This used to be all about news, whereas from now, we'll be doing a lot of variety content, including episode watch-alongs, Doctor Who games, theories, news, and more. We're always open to ideas and suggestions, so do let us know down in the comments. Once again, that'll be every Tuesday from 6:30. It doesn't end there though, because after the Who Bulletin here on YouTube every Tuesday, from 7:45 PM till around 10 PM or later, we'll be back live on Twitch, new and improved, with more interactions, more memes, even more exciting video games to play, starting with Papers, Please, which I've heard is brilliant and I've never played it, so that's fun, I guess. So pretty much every Tuesday you're going to have 3.5, 4 hours worth of live stream content both on this channel and on my Twitch channel. You can follow both in the description below. But that is just Tuesday. Hopping forward to Friday, or Saturday, depending on the week, we'll have a brand new video for you. Yes, an actual YouTube video on this channel. I've got a wide range of exciting content planned, so here is just a taster for the kind of videos you might be getting very, very soon. It's missing the fundamental part of a TARDIS for me, the central console. Village of the Angels, not the best Weeping Angel story, but absolutely, like, genuinely a very good episode in my opinion. Reactions, collaborations, and way, way more exciting stuff that I've got planned in the long run, so keep an eye out. So yeah, every week going forward, we've got brand new videos coming your way, and if you're a member of the channel, amongst other great benefits, you can actually watch all of these videos that come out weekly early. As soon as I've finished editing and uploading them, you can watch them. So that's Tuesdays and Fridays sorted for Doctor Who themed entertainment. Surely that's it, right? No. Every Thursday, a brand new episode of my podcast, Nostalgia Bait, drops. Not on this channel, sure, but on its own YouTube channel, Spotify, and other podcast providers, all linked in the description, by the way, you can find a brand new episode of our podcast, Nostalgia Bait. Nostalgia Bait is a podcast that we've been doing weekly for almost a year and a half, believe it or not. We've not missed a week. Me and my co-host Cooper Britton cover anything we want, really, from film reviews to Doctor Who, Star Wars, music, video games, Doctor Who, funny news stories, reactions, commentaries, Doctor Who, and more. So if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to the official Nostalgia Bait channel, as well as this one of course, and give us a follow on Spotify. Would really appreciate that. Again, everything that I mentioned in this video is linked below, so just scroll down, have fun. So that's 2 live streams every single Tuesday, a brand new podcast episode every Thursday, and a new video at the end of every week. Are you not entertained? No? Okay, well in that case we also post a few shorts every week as well, so yeah, now I'm done. So if you want to stay up to date with the gargantuan amount of stuff that I put out there, please be sure to subscribe right now with notifications on, and also join our Discord server where you can talk to, and I mean genuinely, the loveliest people in the Doctor Who community. And you get notified whenever something new that I make, whether it be a podcast episode, live stream or video, whenever it drops, it'll be in there. It's also a great place to suggest ideas and to chat to me about the kind of content you want to see on this channel. We've already got some crazy stuff planned, but we can always add some more fantastic ideas from you guys. And that's pretty much everything. But before we go, I wanted to give a quick shout out to a few people who have helped tremendously in the motivation to get back into making content again. Genuinely couldn't have done it without these people, so here they are. Dr. Master, Trippy Intellect, Cam YC, Oosh, Danny Stewart Sullivan, Archie Richmond, and Josh Carr, amongst many others. Trust me. And also a huge shout out to the current members of the channel. Oscar D, Jawili Series, Trek Matt, Jess Hood, Trippy Intellect, Will Gaming, Gene1131, Cam, Pete2097, Jojo B. Chavez, Adam Grattan, Zartego9, Claire Hudson, LSG, Visuals, Nigel Stockley, Danny Stewart, Sullivan, HK Huey, Jimmy Angel, Mark Fernkopf, Leo Dawson, Muazo9, Silver Defender, Brady Vanders, Abinesh Salvaraja, Ollie Selwood, Adrian Zrema, Drew Agrito, Sean, Louis E. Gasca, Aaron Jean, Vanderez Who, and Warren Newman. Massive apologies if I butchered any of your names, but thank you all so much for being members of this channel so far, and enjoy receiving those exciting benefits, including seeing this video early. Holy shit! You can of course also follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you like. The links to all those are in the description, with everything else that I've mentioned in this video. So yeah, scroll down there, give everything a click if you want. Anyway, that's me done for today. Thank you for indulging me. I'm not going to self-promote anymore, other than see you tomorrow for my live post-episode reaction review of The Reality War. See you then, 9 PM on Saturday. Be there, be there, be there, be there. Do it. Why not?